A disconcerting disjunction. Page 4. Promising and even necessary though this principle may appear, its application is already seen to be attended with great difficulty. Perhaps the very familiarity of religious experience is one cause of its stubborn defiance of analysis. At any rate, a comparison of the many volumes on religion discloses a disconcerting disjunction. Either in spite of the similarity of titles, the authors are not writing about the same subject, or in spite of the length of the books and their learned vocabularies, they do not know what they are writing about. The first half of this disjunction reflects those authors who, like King, frankly, courageously, and commendably formulate an explicit definition of religion. A frank attempt is reasonable because one expects a writer to state what subject he intends to study. But a quick survey of these definitions shows that the more definite the authors are, the more obviously they are not talking about the same thing. King virtually includes a belief in God in his definition. At least he spells object of devotion with a capital O, and further emphasizes it in the following chapter, that is, pages 74 and following. Julian Huxley, on the other hand, in Religion Without Revelation, says that the essential religious reality is not God, but a sense of the sacred, which, like the feeling of hunger or the emotion of anger, is irreducible. Although this latter definition is not so definite in its affirmation as in its denial, it is still definite enough to see that King and Huxley are not talking about the same thing when they use the term religion. There are other humanistic definitions of religion that may be taken as vague or definite, depending on how one looks at them. The Humanist Manifesto constitutes religion of those actions, purposes, and experiences which are humanly significant. Now, this may be vague and meaningless, but if it is taken at literal face value and assigned an intelligible meaning, an interesting question comes to the fore. Is not an appendectomy humanly significant? Then it follows that appendectomies are religious exercises. It is evident, therefore, that what the humanists call religion is not the same thing that other authors are discussing. Once more, William James was definite enough when he spoke of religion as the experiences of men in their solitude, but other writers are definite in defining religion as social. And the devout worshipper in any of the several religions might not like any of these definitions. Clearly, what one man calls religion, another does not recognize as such. The more definite the definition is, the more clearly the writers are not writing on the same subject.